First of all, you have to remember that we have been training since October, so we've had a lot of things put in place as far as the training and the tactics for both 2020 and 50 overs. The board had the foresight to get us outside to Barbados in February. We know that we went to Barbados and we played several 50-over matches, and we were supposed to play 20, but we ended up playing one 2020 match. So we have some preparation outdoors. We also have been training at Barbados Bay Cricket Club in various match scenarios, and most of the time that we've been abroad before to tournaments, we haven't been outdoors until we get to the tournament. So the preparation has been pretty good. We've been inside working on specific game plans with batting and the bowling and our fielding strategies. We've been outside. We've been to Barbados. At the end of the 2020, we have 4 50-over matches against the United States, so that gives us some more practice before the ICC Division III tournament. You got to remember, this team is it's a good group. It's got a bunch of experienced players with some of the best young players in the island. So I think before the training, if they play accordingly, we should have a great chance of qualifying for both the 2020 and the moving up to Division II.
As one of the top teams in the Americas region, the mission would appear straightforward. Is it you predict it would be that easy? It's straightforward, I should say?
No, I don't think. We're not underestimating any of the opposition, because we all know 2020 provides an opportunity for the weaker teams to upset the stronger teams. I think all the teams in the 2020 regional are looking to try and get in the top 2. I do not want Bermuda players to be underestimating any team, so we're going to take one game at a time and play each game accordingly.
Now, Stephen, obviously, first game Monday, got a single game Monday, single game Tuesday, and then right behind that got a double game on Wednesday. That's 4 games in kind of 3 days.
Yeah.
Physically, how do you think the team will stand up?
Well, it's a shorter version of the game. I think the main problem will probably be with the bowlers playing back to back, but again, they're only bowling 4 overs. I think guys are in reasonable shape. I think Irvin's given us enough drills for us to sustain any type of physical demands that the game may bring. So we just look forward to capitalizing on them 4 games, especially if you win, you get that extra bit of motivation. So if you can go from strength to strength from each game we play, then I have no problems with the players' fitness. We have enough players. If somebody does break down, which I'm pretty sure will happen, we have enough coverage.
Now, you know about the Central Broward Park as well as the Brian Pickler Park. We've been on both of them. What do you think those 2 turfs offer us?
We played there, I think it was about 3 years ago. The wickets were kind of slow, and they spun. To some degree, it's kind of like playing at home, but just on bigger decks. So we just have to be confident again playing against spinners and being probably just a little bit more patient as the ball won't come onto the bat as we probably would like. We have guys who really go after, the ball or whatever to get boundaries, but we just have to play, a bit smarter, think a bit more, and try to get the job done and stick to the team plan.
Arnold, have you been in touch? Well, been keeping up abreast. Bahamas just finished playing a little 2020 tournament. USA has just come back from playing a tournament. Have you been checking out some of their players?
I've been looking at the stats, but stats don't tell you the whole story. So I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube. I've seen Bahamas. There's quite a bit of information about them, and put our game plans accordingly. You can't find too much on the United States, but we have the stats, and we've been able to look at 3 years ago when we had them here for the 2020. So I think we're quite confident going into the tournament, but it's just, as Stephen mentioned, that we were there before, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but that was later on in the year, I believe. But now we're going in March, so I think he may be right in assessing the wicket, that they may be a little slow and they may turn, but in Barbados the wickets were just quite similar, because when we were in Barbados we played on the same wicket every match, so it was just like a 1-day match and a 5-day test, then a 2, then a 3, then a 4, then a 5. So I think we've had enough scenarios where if they perform to their ability, I think we should qualify. But the thing is to being smart for us, making the right decisions and following the right processes. If they do that, and they've been drilled at it since I took over, I think we should be fine.
How important is it to start well? Because you don't want to be chasing things.
That's exactly what we have talked about, because from talking to the players, they always say that we start off late, like they lose 1, 2, 3 games, and then they're always trying to fight to get back in. So that's something that the coaching staff has been trying to instill in them, that we need to, when we get off the plane on Sunday, we need to get off not walking, but running, so that we're ready to play. And I think the boys are up for it. Hopefully, everything falls our way.
You arrived there on Sunday, tournament starts on Monday. Ideally, you would probably like to get there a bit earlier. Does that pose any challenge?
I don't think so. I mean, it would have been nice to get there a day earlier, but all the other teams are arriving at the same time. We arrived 10:30. It's a 2.5-hour flight, so I don't think that's going to take too much out of the players. We'll probably go have a look at the grounds and do a little recuperation period in the afternoon, and then have our meeting and get ready to start on Monday.
Certainly enough lumber in the shed, but in terms of Berlin, you confident in this Berlin attack that you can get the job done?
I'm very confident in this Berlin attack. I think right now that is our strength. We have additional spinner in Jacoby Robinson now, so we have Rodney, Jacoby, Sammy Robinson, and Dion Stubble. Dion has done extremely well in the 2020 tournaments previously. So I think if we take into what we did in Barbados, in Berlin, our fielding was up to par. Maybe our batting wasn't. But when we look at it, we had the bulk of our middle order left in Bermuda or England, with Hemp, Stephen, Lionel Cain, and Malachi Jones. That's our middle order. So I think we did extremely well in Barbados, and with the 4 joining in, our batting is pretty deep.
Steve, obviously you missed the last tournament, so you haven't yet officially started your tenure as skipper. You must be chomping at the bit to get involved.
Well, actually, I'm 1-0. I took the last game in Dubai, so hopefully we can continue with my little winning streak. But it's sport, nothing's guaranteed. So at the end of the day, if we don't bat, build, and field well, then we're not going to be victorious. So it's really up to the players that are on the field. I think the coaching and the boards done all that they can. So it's basically down to the players for them to put in on the shift.
How much are you looking forward to stamping your character on the team?
Well,
Well,
with me, it's not really about me. It's always about the team. So it's about bringing 14 personalities to make one unit. That's where I find my strength is just bring characters together and just getting them focused on one goal. So, like I said, it's really not really about me.
And there's going to be plenty of other senior players around as well that you can lean on if you need them, right?
Yeah, without question. We got Gennaro, we got Hemp, just them two, captain the side. Even Lionel Cain has captained Bermuda at some point. So, they won various tournaments. They've been to World Cups. They play first-class cricket. So it's enough information within the team to if I need it, I can call on one of them.
Now, how important is it for you then personally that you qualify in this 2020? First sort of major test as skipper.
Yeah, it would be great. I think it would be, again, I played in the 50th World Cup, and the experience is something, you just don't forget. And it would be good for, players who didn't have the opportunity to do so. I think it's, 6 teams qualify from the tournament in Dubai. I think it's in October. So it's a realistic chance. Once we get there, then, it will again be down to us.